And welcome into Nebraska Booze and Babel.
Episode 33.
We're your hosts. I'm Chris.
And I'm Nathan.
And we're here to drink some booze and do some babbling.
Each week we have a different drink of the week, and this week happens to be beer.
I feel like I have to explain now. I feel like I'm already into an explanation at the beginning of the show.
This week is beer.
Booze, babble, and boobies.
So, explanation real quick. We have a second keyboard hooked up to the computer so that I can do some typing. He told me to type something into the keyboard to make sure that it worked. I am a child. I typed boobies. And we didn't realize that.
But in true being fashion, we got no actual pictures of boobies.
Yes.
So again, Google would have given us breasts.
Yeah, Google.
And Bing gave us a bunch of women's faces. Actually, I think there's two guys all the way over there too.
There are.
So that's a super fail on Bing's part, but that's why that's there.
And this is a live broadcast, so stuff like that happens. But this week is beer week. So what are the beers that we're having?
We have a unknown depth of beer over here.
Week.
Mystery beer grab box over here. There is some Red's apple ale, some Red strawberry ale, some Corona, some small cans of Bud margarita stuff. I believe there's at least a can of Bud Light. There is some summer Shandy. There is some ginger ale soda beer. And there is some red cherry cola beer. There's a wide variety of about 20 different bottles of stuff in here.
I will say we did look for the Blue Moon Cappuccino Oatmeal Stout. I guess it's a seasonal one, so a lot of the places up here are not carrying it anymore. But I will have to try that at some point. That did sound like a very
we might wait until Will comes to make him buy the 6-pack. That way, if it sucks, it's on his dime.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. But also, because of the success that we had last week, we are doing another Booze and Babble live call-in challenge. Did you look at the post? Did you actually read it?
I did not read the post.
Okay, so there is a scheduled post that is scheduled to go off at a time that I honestly don't even remember. And there will be a code word in the post. The first person to call in with that code word gets to assign one of us to chug a fresh, open bottle of beer. So not chug the rest of your drink. You have to grab a random beer and you have to chug that beer. So yeah, like us on Facebook.
Because we know that all people who go to websites love pop-ups when they first get on a website.
It is only set to pop up the first time. So if you clear your cache and cookies regularly, it will pop up every time you do that. If you don't, it's only...
So in other words, if you watch a lot of porn, you're going to get our pop-up every time if you do the right kind of porn watching. Incognito.
But we did do a lot of updates to our website this week, so there's updates on the homepage as well.
Updates on the homepage. Let's check it out.
I really, really like this picture, and this is a picture that I got from Google that is labeled for commercial reuse, and it's an awesome freaking picture.
It fits our theme. I mean, it's booze. It could be placed in Nebraska at any time.
Yep.
And we drink out of those kind of cups.
So this kind of stuff, you're not going to be able to tell the difference, but when we first did the Wix website, it was like on an old template, and now they have a newer version, and I updated all of that to the new version, so we can actually update it, and before we couldn't make changes to it. Contact us is the same, but at the very bottom...
Look at that.
Oh, the very, very bottom.
I just want people to gander.
Yes,
that.
gander. The episodes were missing a little bit.
And there you go.
Yep, we got our little logo instead of our address down there now. When you first sign up for Wix, I guess it copied some of the information over, and we just never really changed it. So
the coolest part about our website, though, the part that people care about if they're going to hit our website up, is all the different booze that we drink.
Yes. And this part is, okay, so see how the top has the same red bar and text across all of the pages now.
And one solid important word.
Booze. That means we have to drink. And we
don't even have our drinks.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, there's like a couple
That's
of
a
fails in a
fail.
row. We're 6 minutes in and haven't had a drink.
Dustin said, "Yeah, boy," when we said booze.
So I'm not looking.
Okay,
I'm I'm all the way on the right. Where do you want me to go?
you grab whatever.
Pretend
you're
you're
touching
driving a crane.
Right now. Okay.
Okay.
The crane never picks up the first thing.
Oh, the Bryson crane does.
I am
A Corona.
I am totally.
That's a
okay with
Coronarita,
this.
though. I want to be clear on that. That is
Oh.
not just a Corona. Look, it's like a baby bottle size Corona.
Oh, okay. Is this twisty or is this?
Bro, I don't know. So if I were being you, I would be remiss to not pick. I'm trying. Come out. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna like dark colored beer. Oh my god, I might have got a bad one to start with. What I get, guys? What I get?
Yep.
What's this?
What is that?
That is Henry's. This is the. This might not be too bad.
Henry's
This is Henry's hard soda.
cherry cola.
Cherry cola. All right, so I'm not as worried. I thought it might have been worse off than it was gonna be.
Hey, what bottle opener are we using right now?
It could possibly be the greatest football team to grace the world.
A Cowboys bottle opener and.
Oh, now they're blind.
flashlight.
Now they're blind.
Oh, no, nobody's blind.
Dustin might be.
Dustin maybe. But let's go on ahead and drink to the first drink, and this needs to be a little bit of a big drink, so.
Oh, you son of a bitch! I kind of deserved that, but you didn't do it very well. So
Yeah, I wasn't trying to like be a total dick with it.
I would have been. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I know you would have.
I'm not gonna lie. My tap was kind of like an intentional, like I'm gonna hit this thing cut off. Because I'm an a-hole.
You did hit it kind of hard. Phrasing. But anyways, our booze page has been updated. If you scroll down on here, you can highlight whatever drink you want. So like, let's do.
It is a little hard for me to scroll from a
Yeah.
screen I'm not in front of. Okay.
True.
So let's say we pick one that has a big cherry that sticks out.
Yeah. So like this one, go on ahead and click on it.
Click on that.
Excuse me. And here it has the name of the drink, the directions, ingredients, and the ones with successful YouTube videos has the link to that episode of the YouTube video.
That is something we'll point out here. This is a live broadcast. Lots of things can go wrong with the recording of the live broadcast. So those of you watching, you're kind of special. 'Cause
Yes.
You might be the only ones to ever see a good version of this episode. Like later on, there may be just some super bad buzzing, or YouTube could just F it up.
Yep.
And
I like YouTube. I'm not gonna throw YouTube under the bus. They did totally jack up one of our broadcasts one time. One of our broadcasts, we just forgot to end the stream.
but I'm working on that.
Stream
I've got
for
it cut
12
out now,
hours.
and the hour and 20 minutes or so that we did
Yeah.
is legit. Now I've just got to figure out how to cut the beginning scene out of it because I accidentally saved it the way it is. So now I'm gonna have to reload it up to my whatever software it is I downloaded and cut that out. But that's good to go. I just
Yeah.
got busy and hadn't had a
Well,
chance
once
to.
it's uploaded, I can do all the crap that's on the Facebook. But yeah, strawberry shortcake, that's the drink that
Oh,
we had last
that
week.
was delicious, by the way.
It was amazing.
Might actually have been one of our best recorded videos we've ever done.
So yes, that
Production-wise, came out really well.
Because the one that YouTube screwed up was
So good.
the first one that we had. The intro worked with the sound, the outro worked with the sound, microphones worked the entire time. Like, it was our first solid video, and then the formatting got jacked up. They admitted the issue. They were very, very helpful in the customer service. Like, you could tell they were genuinely sorry the footage was lost, and they really were honestly trying to work on fixing it. And we have not had it happen since then.
Nope.
But yeah. So this page as well, we've got the red and the white text, so it's all the same. And in this, you can see all of our episodes in order. They should be in order on YouTube, but sometimes, I don't know, people might just find it a little bit difficult to navigate on YouTube. So if you want to go here, these are uploaded in order. with the correct date of
And I'm not gonna lie,
broadcast
I
as
would
well.
prefer you watch them on our website.
Yeah, we still get the YouTube
It would be
views
cool.
as well, so that's totally cool.
And then, of course, if you're ever just like, hey, I need to find out how to get the Booze and Babble, and I don't have Facebook for some
This
reason.
might loop.
Oh, it won't loop because they shouldn't be able to hear it here, but...
Okay.
And I'll also make sure that I... Hold on, I'm like, why isn't the mouse going where I want it to? I'll do that. So, yeah, so you guys should be able to watch our show live from that part of the website right there.
Yeah. And then the About Us section has been updated as well, so does that need to be clicked back now?
I'm going to click it back just in case,
Okay.
yes?
Yep, that is our Instagram feed across the top. So we have been updating more on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We even had different Facebook quizzes throughout the week. For those of you who did not figure out the answer to the oldest beer brewing company in America, it's Younglings beer. So yeah, and then hover over our faces.
Oh, hover over your face. I will hover over your face.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
There we
Nathan.
go. Yep.
And that's Chris.
Yeah.
What's it say? Our host, co-founder, current computer operator, and lover of sweet-tasting booze. True statement. Nathan's our host, co-founder, and current graphics guy for the show. His favorite alcohol is tequila, and his favorite drink is the Axe Murderer, which I can attest is phenomenal. Just throwing that out there.
I butchered the name, Younglings. Sorry, I didn't realize I was going to.
Oh, I have to apologize on behalf of any fans that did try to partake in the quizzing in the future. Our host / co-host / guest host
Should
will not
comment the
answer the quiz. Damn it, Seth.
So one of the quizzes earlier this week was, what is the national spirit of America? So the national alcohol of America, and it is bourbon. Which I did not know. I
was
to
unaware
look
till
that
you
up.
posted that.
And we had people commenting, trying to guess the answers, and then a co-host got on and answered it. So we will not ruin the fun for you guys going forward.
Then he messaged us today and was like, "Oh, feel good, guys." And I was like, "Well, I can't have you at my house if you're sick." So we're down a
throwing
host
him
today.
under the bus right now.
I will throw him. I will throw under the bus.
He is on
The chat.
Okay, the beer is pronounced Ungling.
It's on Wikipedia. I saw it.
Nathan's margarita. I liked my margarita.
The margarita was delish.
But that's I
We've
had
discussed before. There was
orange
only a
lime and
few
all
bad
that.
ones,
All of the bad
and they
ones were
happened to be
that
drinks
Tanner brought.
that Tanner brought with him.
Because the Bailey floats, although
Whilst good, was a bad evening.
but that was a week that he brought it. The John Daly was a week that he brought it, and the just straight Scotch or whatever that was.
Which was just awful.
Scotch is not awful, but
That Scotch
kinda-
was not
Johnny
delicious.
Walker Black Label. He just wanted to drink it straight on the rocks.
And we did.
So
We man
yeah,
through it.
we did.
So speaking of hosts, we would love to have other people come on with us. It's been a little while since we had a guest host. So
Yeah, TJ guest hosted with us for
our group,
New
he
Year's
brought
Eve.
New Year's Eve, and he brought
That was a good drink.
what did we make? It was like McDonald's flurries, M&M flurry.
I don't have that drink
Yeah,
on
it's
here.
on
I'm
here.
gonna
We'll have to get that on there.
Definitely.
So between the three of us, we ate / drank a gallon of ice cream.
Yeah.
That was disappointing to wake up and find out about. but,
Yeah.
but it was a delicious drink. It came out very good.
It was our end of the year episode. We celebrated.
Yes.
But yes, I will have to get that recipe posted. I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we missed that one. That was a good one.
A lot of the drinks have been added after the fact because we've had the website for a while, but we keep making updates. This was our biggest overall update I think that we've made, and it's honestly getting to the point where I'm really liking how the show's going. I'm really liking the website, and I think maybe
About time to pull the trigger.
Yep, maybe pull the trigger the next time.
I did just work like 27 hours of overtime, so I could probably throw in on that.
That would be cool to have our own URL.
Yeah,
And
instead
it
of
would be
Nebraska
cool to
Booze and
have a
Babble
sponsor.
/wix.com /BNB/booze. Yeah, that's a little bit of a URL right there. Ooh, so speaking of Bustin' Dustin, he informed me today that on Wednesdays you can go to, I can't remember the name of the place now, something about taps on the tap or something like that.
Yeah.
And they have the Nebraska Brewing Company's master brewery thing in the back, I guess. Well, on Wednesdays, they let people go back there and buy beers and play indoor frisbee golf.
In the brewery?
I guess so.
That's pretty cool.
Sounds pretty awesome to me.
That sounds amazing to me.
And he was like, you guys could go. You guys could chum up with the owner. He's the one that does the frisbee golf. He loves, and you guys could get them to sponsor a show. I was like, I like the way you think.
That is actually what I wanted to do, was go after a local brewery first. And I mean, we'll talk more professional details off the air. But
OTA.
we definitely are interested in sponsors.
Man, my back itches.
Something mutually beneficial. Obviously, we bring alcohol on the show every single week. We have a beer week once a month. And if I were a local brewery and I had a show feature like 3 different flavors each month on their show,
And talk about their beers.
about how amazing it tastes,
Because, let's be honest, the locals that we brought on here and had, we've liked.
I think that would be a pretty lucky thing for that company.
Yeah, let's put that on our bucket
to
list.
have it, exactly.
I picked you up where you were putting it down.
Lucky Bucket does make some good beer, so I'll throw.
And they
that
happen
out
to be an Omaha native.
Exactly.
Moonstruck Meadry is one of our faves. How many ounces was that?
This was a little one, 7 ounces. However, it was definitely skunky.
Oh,
So
not so good?
I powered through that like a champ, but that was a skunky. I think it's time for our next one.
Next one.
So by now, for sure, the call-in is live.
Call-in is live.
Yes, and it's set.
This
it's
one's a little
set to
bigger than the
go-
other one, so it's at least not the one you just had.
Okay. It's set to go from.
Oh,
yes.
you got a summer shandy?
I am totally okay with that. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy.
So story of these beers is some friends of mine brought over random leftovers from their house. We had no idea how old they are.
True.
Oh, this one's heavy too.
Yup.
Oh, we're doubling it up.
That's what's up.
Was this twist off or no?
Yes, it's a twist.
Okay.
But yeah, so these are leftovers. Was it like leftovers from a Super Bowl party or?
Well, they brought them to the Super Bowl party,
Oh, okay.
which
and
was
they just left them here Sunday.
no. They brought them and they were like, "We know you guys do your podcast, so whatever doesn't get drank tonight, you guys can use on your beer week." And I was like, "That's cool.
Oh.
Go Falcons!" And then the night proceeded to suck.
Yes, the night was very good starting.
It
out.
was. It was a great night. Had lots of fun. Lots of people over.
So, do you remember what your prediction was last week?
I predicted a 50-point game total.
Okay.
I predicted 27-23. And I was just about to be freaking almost dead on. I believe it was 28-23 when they
Yeah.
could have just kneeled out the rest of the game.
Or no, it was 28-28.
Oh, right.
Because it went into overtime.
But it
and
was
they scored another.
right. But it was 28-23 at one point, was it not?
Oh yeah, it was 28-23. Matt Ryan had the ball. They were in field goal 28-20.
28-20.
28-20.
Okay,
Because
20-20.
they had to get.
I remember it was
the-
real close
They
to
had
where
to
I
get the
was.
touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Right, and I was like, oh, 48 points. Falcons win. I'm off by 2. That wins all the lines.
Yeah, but Matt
Matt Ryan
got
had to take 18 sacks.
sacked and lost like.
It was like he was like, oh,
13
I bet I could do a Mark Sanchez.
Well, he lost the 13, and then they got a holding on the next play, lost another 10, and then they were out of field goal range.
For
If
one of the
they
best
had-
kickers in the
If
NFL.
they had gotten that field goal, they would have won the Super Bowl.
Or
had
if their defense had
stopped them.
not let the Patriots score 30 unanswered points
No.
in the last, if they had not let Tom Brady get 200 passing yards in the fourth quarter.
So my Super Bowl prediction was a total devastating Falcons blowout.
Yeah, you were wrong. You were
I
almost
was
right for three
the
quarters.
first 3 quarters.
For 3 quarters, you were dead on.
Oh, I was laughing so hard. I was giving so much people crap. When they got that pick 6 off of Tom Brady,
Dude, I thought game
I
over.
almost peed my pants.
Number
laughing.
97 was all up in Tom Brady's grill all night long.
And then they just turned into.
Can
the
we talk about
Browns.
Julio Jones though?
That catch.
Which one? He had like 4 or 5 top 10 catches of the year in that one
the
game.
Michael Jackson smooth criminal catch.
Dude, it was so good. Towed the line. Then on the other side, he reaches out and catches it where only he can catch it. Then later on, it's technically an interception. Like, he's running, the ball goes past him, other dude intercepts it, and he goes, no, I don't think so. And just yanks it out of his arms.
Yeah.
Oh, Julio Jones was a beast.
So the other catch was the one that
Edelman.
The Patriots got.
Edelman,
Yeah,
the most focused of all catches of all time.
I think if it was Allen, if it was Des Bryant, they wouldn't have called it a catch.
Dude, exactly what I said. I said, that's a no catch for the Cowboys, just saying.
It was definitely a catch.
Oh, yeah.
The defender got his arm up under the ball. If he hadn't done that, the football probably would have touched the ground.
Well, realistically, it was
going
a good play. Like, I mean, almost always, you bat that ball up, defense is picking it off.
Yeah.
But Edelman's concentration to keep that ball in his hands, and then he did the little, like, flick
Yeah, to get
better grasp on it, and it just was a hair off the ground. I mean, you couldn't have put a piece of paper underneath
the guy's
it.
arm was underneath
I know.
it, and that kept it up off
It was
the
so
ground.
good. It wasn't the best of all time, though. It wasn't the
What's
best
the
Super Bowl
greatest
catch.
Super Bowl catch of all time?
When the Giants passed to Victor Cruz to seal the Patriots out of the Super Bowl in 2007. When Victor Cruz jumped
seal
up,
them out? Like,
they were in the Super Bowl.
oh,
They were
okay.
winning. Eli Manning has got like a minute and a half to win this game. Chucks like a 30-yard pass, and Victor Cruz catches it like this. And Falk goes down on his head.
With his
never
helmet?
hand to helmet, never freaking moves.
Oh,
Just
jeez.
plasters it like this and takes the beating that is a tackle in the air and a crush into the ground.
Yeah.
Puts them in field goal range. The wild card Giants that went into the playoffs are 9-6, beat the team that had not lost a game all year.
Wow.
They were about to be the first team since the 1972 Dolphins to run perfect season, perfect playoffs, Super Bowl win.
Wow.
And they let the worst team to enter the playoffs get to the Super Bowl and beat them. Which is why I like that picture I put up of Tom Brady where it was like, so-and-so did awesome, this, and then he's missing these 2 fingers, so he doesn't have rings on these 2 fingers. It says Eli Manning, because the 2 times the Patriots have lost the Super Bowl.
So I didn't watch the Super Bowl celebration, but afterwards, yeah. But I saw all the memes that came out afterwards. One of the photos that came out is when they're handing the trophy to Tom Brady. He's gripping the trophy like this.
Flip it off, because Roger Goodell doesn't like him.
Yes.
So me and Joe were saying the Super Bowl could go one of 2 ways for us.
Yeah.
Falcons beat the Patriots. We like to watch the Patriots lose. Patriots win. Goodell has to eat crow and hand the Super Bowl trophy over. There was not a bad way for the night to end for me.
I did not want a third team in the 5 club.
That was meh.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Right. First and foremost, I wanted a 1-win Super Bowl team, not a 5-win Super Bowl team.
Exactly. But
all that matters is we just become the second
we're
team to
gonna
win
the
6, right?
one next year, and then
So
the 7.
So it's kind of
after
like
that.
God was making the fates were like there has to be 2 teams that have 5 Super Bowl wins.
Yes.
And since the Cowboys are going to go 6, we got to bring one up to be the 5th.
We're
second
going to go
team.
6-7. We're going to be
Right,
back to
back to backs like our
Yeah.
90s teams.
You're hearing that right now.
Back
in
to backs, called it.
2017. Back to back.
And I'm going to call how 2017 starts off for the Cowboys. 2017 is going to start off with a quarterback controversy.
Oh, obviously.
It's going to be talked about all off season because there's few ways that the Tony Romo thing can go. One, they trade him. They won't even admit they're going to do it till the very last second because they want to keep his value up here and they want people to think they want him.
Yeah.
Unlikely that they trade him, in my opinion. 2, they keep him. They let them fight off who's going to be starting quarterback next year. 100% guaranteed Romo takes that job. He's the better quarterback. He's not the younger, he's not the more mobile, but he is the better quarterback, at least come August.
So I saw a video, and it was Tony Romo was on the sidelines. Dak Prescott was the one playing, and you see Dak Prescott's getting ready to line up, and then Tony Romo's just going like, and then kind of makes it look like you're effed, man. Come on, and Dak just gets destroyed.
There's also a video of them all lining up. Then Coach Garrett calls a timeout. Video goes over. It's Romo telling him to call a timeout.
Yeah.
Offense comes to the sidelines, goes back out, touchdown.
Yep.
Garrett says later, Romo saw something in the defense that he wanted
that's
Dak
what
to
he
know
was
about.
doing on the sidelines.
Dude can
he
see
was
it.
looking at the defense, reading the plays. He gets injured, yes, and when he's injured,
But let's be real.
Screwed.
Like he's not like made of glass, like everybody wants to make fun of. Broke his collarbone because somebody didn't bother blocking at all against the Redskins, and the dude just trounced him.
Yeah.
And he broke his collarbone. Comes back the next year, has his best career year ever. In 15, breaks his collarbone, because again, blown coverage, he gets hit. But rather than let him heal up, the Cowboys' backups are so bad that he feels like he's got to play for the Cowboys to have a chance. And they had, amazingly enough, the 3-8 Cowboys had a chance at winning the NFC East if they won out after that. So he felt that, or 3-5, I think at the time.
Yeah.
He felt like, I gotta play. It's the only way we can win out and get in the playoffs.
This was the Packers year, right?
Well,
With the
2014
catch?
was the Packers year
That
when
was
he
the
played
catch.
fine. That was he threw that ball.
Okay, yeah.
The next year he got hurt after winning the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Then they lost 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Or
And
6.
he won
Oh, they
back.
lost 8 in a row because he was out for 8 weeks. And so he came back and played against the Dolphins in the rain and crushed them.
Yeah.
The next week, broke again.
Yeah. But
If they hadn't rushed him
came
back
too early,
Yeah, if they hadn't rushed him back, it wouldn't have been so easy to snap the same. Because usually the bones that you break don't break again in the same spot because they're healed and they have calcium and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sucks, but he plays this year, and on the back injury this year was a complete random hold. I read an article. The doctor said that had he not had the other back injuries where he was doing so much core workouts to get back on the field, he might have actually been permanently disabled because his muscles here are so strengthened from all the core workouts that he does that when he collapsed like that, it didn't allow him to bend the way a normal person would bend. So it actually put so much pressure down on his vertebrae, it snapped that vertebrae instead of his back.
Oh.
So it actually was probably a good thing the way that the pressure came down. But
So I'm going to make a different call.
he starts next year, I'm just saying.
I'm going to make a little bit of a different call. There's obviously a contingency to this, but just think about this in terms of the most epic thing to ever be able to happen in the NFL. I'm going to say that Roethlisberger does retire because he mentioned it. He's
I
talking
gotta
about
stop real quick. Will message that David Tyree was the wide receiver that made the catch to kill the Patriots, not Victor Cruz. He's absolutely right.
Okay.
But okay, so anyways,
Good correction. So Roethlisberger retires. Romo goes to the Steelers.
if Roth retires,
If Roth retires,
then that happens. Steelers win number 7.
and Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl.
And Steelers win their 7th Super Bowl.
And the Cowboys win their 6th
Steelers win their 7th, bro.
Cowboys win their 6th.
No, I hate to say it.
I would be okay with that.
It would be the story for the centuries. Okay, the Cowboys trade off their $20 million quarterback, who goes to play for the Steelers, who just missed out on the Super Bowl this year. The Cowboys cannot beat Tony Romo and Antonio Brown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know what? They might be able to beat Tony Romo.
They can't.
He knows all their crap.
They would have to hire a completely new defensive squad and change their entire playbook. Because even on the offense, Tony would be just telling the Steelers defense, oh, when they line up like that, that's what they're doing. Because they built this team they have for Tony Romo.
Yeah.
So, yes, I feel like if Roethlisberger does retire, Tony goes and plays there.
That would be such an epic Super Bowl.
Oh, man. I would be wearing my black and yellow number 9.
You would be sporting Steelers gear?
100% behind Tony Romo forever.
I love Tony Romo.
Unless he plays for the Eagles, and then
I'm
he
not.
can go
I'm
to hell.
not gonna ditch Cowboys for
Oh,
Romo.
I'm not going to ditch him.
If it's,
I'm going to be cheering for my Cowboys while wearing my Romo Steelers jersey.
I would be happy with Romo finally.
I might
getting
even
the
have
ring.
one made for me that's like half Cowboys, half Steelers with the number 9. I might do that.
No, I'm sure somebody would be
I
selling that.
would do
already.
it. I would do it.
But let's get off of Cowboys because I know not everybody that watches this show are Cowboys
Sure.
fans.
I mean, they can't all be perfect. I mean, they do have a good enough taste to be watching the show.
Yeah.
Let's get a little of this booze down because we got to get to another one. We're halfway in to the show and we've only had 2 different beers. You don't got to down it. So let's talk. So you had an interesting find today.
Yes, I was shopping at a store that will go unnamed because I hate this store.
Yeah, we don't advertise for that store, but we do advertise for what you found.
So I walked past the toy section, and they have a bin with a bunch of Hot Wheels cars.
It's called the Hot Wheel bin. Just throwing that out there.
Well, it was like there's a Hot Wheels section, and then they had a specific bin with a very specific DC superhero character logo. Yes, they are out of the packages because I have a 2-year-old and these were not staying in the packages.
And let's be real, they're 95-cent toys.
Yes, they had a bunch of different Batman vehicles, Hot Wheels for 94 cents. You got the original.
1966, Adam West.
You got Bam,
1980s.
which I don't like that they made.
They
the
overdid
front
it a
wheel.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, all of the other ones are
But that
like
should
true
be,
to
yeah,
form.
that's supposed to be the 1982, or is it 85? 1985 Batman with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
We'll
And
see how
then
good I
you
am at
got
this.
The Tumbler.
The Tumbler, that would be the Dark
Batman
Knight.
Begins.
Batman
Dark Knight,
Begins.
So
What's his
then-
name? Well, I'm gonna see if I can come up with his name. Christian Bale.
Yeah. They have the little motorcycle one from
Dark
the
Knight.
Dark Knight series.
That's Christian Bale also.
They also have the Batwing from the Dark Knight Rises.
That's Christian Bale also.
And they skip Batman versus Superman and do the Arkham Knight Batmobile.
Which is awesome in the game. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is awesome. So the Batman v Superman is missing.
Which was a cool Batmobile, actually.
It was.
I like that Batmobile.
On the back of the package, though, it showed these 6, and that was the full collection. And then they also don't have the Batman and Robin, like, ice blue Batmobile one. But that does bring up an interesting subject. What is your favorite Batmobile? Out of
Michael Keaton's Batmobile. That's the one that looks like the Batmobile.
True. So this one here.
Yes. That doesn't look like the Batmobile.
Well, yeah, not this exact one. So I actually have a different one, and I may be hated by some people for choosing this, but I do have my reasonings for it. First off, which one do you think I'm going to pick?
You're going to go...
Let's see how well you know me. And it may not even be here.
Well, if it's not here, I can't pick it. Because there's like 5 Batmobiles not represented. Is it here or not?
It's here.
Okay. It's
But
not...
then that only leaves 3 Batmobiles.
That's
that
fine.
are
It's
actual.
not the one I grew up with that I like, Michael Keaton. I don't think it's the 66 Batmobile. The bike's not really a Batmobile, so that leaves us with the 3. That Batwing thing's not really a Batmobile either, so it really leaves us with the 2. So I'm going Batman Begins Batmobile.
Yep. The Tumbler is my favorite Batmobile. The reason being...
Just call me a detective. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So the reason being is that it was the... So I really, really like the original.
I fucking hate it. Don't hate me, people. My uncle might kill me. I hate it.
What I don't like about it from the Batman perspective is that Batman isn't going to take a street production vehicle and modify it into a Batmobile.
Batman's not going to do anything that Adam West ever did. I'm just saying.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Shark repellent. I'm just saying.
But, so I love the classic. It was amazingly funny in its own way. But I don't want a Batmobile that's a real car that has...
Now, I will
aftermarket parts.
caveat this. If I had the opportunity to buy a replica real one that looked like that,
Heck
all
yeah.
over it.
Heck yeah. So the reason that I like the Tumbler is that in movie production, it was the first, like, fully functional, legit Batmobile. The, Michael Keaton Batmobile, super awesome. You could not turn that thing.
Yeah, yes, you can. So you're wrong, actually.
No, the movie production ones, no.
Yes.
But they made updates to
No,
them.
no,
and
no,
the
no,
people
no.
that have the street ones do.
The one Michael Keaton drove
Yeah.
is owned by Jeff Dunham.
Who made upgrades
No,
to it?
he upgraded the engine. He changed out the engine. But it's
And
the
the suspension.
drivable. No, it's just the drivable car. It's just freaking super long. Like, you can't realistically turn that car. But they actually answered that in the movies. How did he make a tight turn?
He used the grappling
Shut up,
hook
grappling
and-
hooks to make a tight
Yeah.
90.
Well, the Tumbler though, like, was fully functioning, driving around on the
Right.
racetrack. They could get it going. 60
So what I like
plus
about the
miles an
Tumbler
hour.
is that it's the first time you see a Batmobile that is made that's based on true purpose. Like, I don't know how to explain. It's like this Batmobile, Michael
It's
Keaton's
not
Batmobile.
functional.
It's like a drag race car, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it go as fast as I can in a straight line. Badass little gun up front, rocket
Drive
blaster
up
in
the
the back.
side of a building.
Right, like not realistic. The Tumbler though is like actually something you would make in real life.
Well, wait a minute. This has a bulletproof glass top over it.
That's slightly realistic, actually. You can take a convertible and throw a plastic. I like the Tumbler motorcycle thing because that actually came out of the Tumbler.
Yes.
I love the, like, can't flip over wheels.
Yeah.
I feel like you would be dizzy as shit riding that thing though, or you would fall off. Like as a person, you wouldn't be able to hold on to it while it like flipped sideways and like did the whole wheelie thing.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm a Tron motorcycle guy, and that's like a real life Tron motorcycle.
So yeah, like for me, the Tumbler just was so cool. Love.
Did you play the
classics.
Batman Arkham games?
No, I don't. I haven't
So,
had a system to play those.
This Arkham car.
It looks a lot like the Batman v Superman.
Well,
Kinda
it is a lot like
similar-ish,
the Batman v Superman, and it does
which sucks.
a very, very functional Batmobile. The game usage of this is really good. Like, it's fun to drive this guy around.
Yeah.
And Batman vs Superman has a badass Batmobile because it's a badass movie.
Well, going along with the Batman toy theme, I have.
Did you just finish your beer?
Yes, I did. Oh yeah, we gotta. Oh, actually, I have a little controller this time.
I'm surprised we haven't been.
A little
called.
joystick.
Oh, where are we going? Okay, we're over the center. Going that way. Going that way. Oh, you got a hard soda. It's clear.
Ginger ale. There we go.
That's a ginger ale, mate.
This one is probably going to be twisty. I'm right. I can sense my beers very well.
This summer shandy is delicious, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe we hadn't had a call yet on our code word.
The Summer Shandy was your least favorite beer that episode, by the way.
You're right, it was. Maybe it needs to sit for a while.
Maybe,
Call
I
us
don't
at
know.
402-979-6262. What you got over there?
So, I do have a 2-year-old son. You have children as well. My son is very, very big into Batman.
As he should be.
He's even watched the Adam West Batman movie and runs around and stuff, and it's super cool. But one of his favorite books was Goodnight Moon. And then my wife found this book, Goodnight Batcave. Excuse me. So I thought, since I'm bringing in the Batman toys and since I've got the Batman book, I could do a little Batman story time. You want to wear a Batman mask?
I'll wear a Batman mask. That's like asking a little kid, do you want candy?
So this is Goodnight Batcave, a parody of the story Goodnight Moon. In the Great Gray Cave, there were a lot of bats, and souvenirs saved, and the pictures of little thing.
I'm Batman.
The rogues who have never behaved. I don't even need to look at this. And there is a special phone in walls of stone, and 2 comfy bat chairs, and some secret stairs, and a giant bat jet, and a great pet,
So what's funny is every time you show that, everything that should be black or blue is actually white.
and a cape, and a cowl, and an exhausted scowl, and a gang of crazed villains who are there on the prowl. I literally have this memorized. Good night, Cave.
I'm Batman.
Good night, Knave. Good night, rogues, while they rant and they rave. Or good night, crooks, while they rant and they rave.
I think Batman likes
I messed
Silver
it up.
Shandy.
Good night, rogues who have never behaved. Good night, phone. Good night, stone. Good night, bat chairs. Good night, bat stairs. Good night, whip. And good night, flip. Good night, giant jet. And good night, pet. Good night, cape. And good night, cowl. Good night, dear Alfred. Good night, scowl. And good night to the crazed villains not on the prowl. Good night, bats. Good night, layer. Good night, heroes everywhere. And for those of you that know the actual book Goodnight Moon, that is like a straight up awesome parody of the book. And the fact that they replaced it with all Batman stuff. And they even have the giant penny in there. Like, the attention to detail for this was pretty stinking amazing. And it is something that I think would have been genuinely appreciated by a podcast from Omaha that I really miss.
Oh, sadness.
Batman Happens. And I hope they do see this episode, actually, because I did thoroughly enjoy their podcast.
Dude, Sam and... I can't remember what his buddy's name was.
I don't remember.
I don't either.
So
I
it's
even
been
went to a
couple-
Comic-Con with both of them. I
Yeah,
can't
it's
remember
been
his
a
name.
couple years since I listened to the show.
But
But
it was
yeah,
a great
you can
podcast.
you can still, I believe, pull them up on iTunes.
Yep.
Or if you
Batman
go to their
Happens.
Facebook and all of that. But each week they talked about Batman and Batman things, Batman movies, all that kind of stuff. I listened to one episode because we were doing Nebraska Babel. We filmed our first
Right.
episode, and we were going to be live streaming on the same channel as them. So I wanted to listen to one of our like neighbors or whatever. Listen to the episode that came out that week. Really, really enjoyed it. So I went back and listened from the beginning. Literally, the first episode that I watched the week that it aired was the last episode that they ever aired. So I was really bummed. And because I brought all this Batman stuff on the show this week, it kind of reminded me of that. So I wanted to give a special shout out to my second favorite Omaha podcast.
Batman Happens.
Obviously, Nebraska Booze and Babble is my favorite.
What's for breakfast? Justice. You ever seen that kid that wears the different Batman things?
Oh my gosh!
And his mom and dad play along with him and do all the different videos. She goes, "What's for breakfast?" Justice.
Look, your friend's wearing a costume, and I think you're gonna really like it. Hi, I'm Joker. Ha.
It's so good. They're great videos.
I'm gonna have to look those up now. That's awesome. This drink is super sweet. Like, really, really sweet. I'm finishing it because I will drink like a champ. But, that is really sweet.
I would not like ginger ale. I'm just throwing that out there.
Dustin says chug-a-lug. So,
F&A. I didn't want to hit you too hard because that's a pretty full one.
I know. You do need to get your new beer now, though. That is really sweet.
The bottom of the summer shandy.
This is made with actual cane sugar. It's Henry's hard soda, ginger ale.
Oh, I
hard
found a
ginger
can.
ale.
I found a can.
Grab the can.
Ooh, it's got like
It's
dirt
made
on the
Leinenkugel.
sides.
Oh.
Like, it's okay. I can clean dirt off. Oh, it's a Bud Light. America.
America.
They just like dirty.
So I do like Bud Light Platinum. But
Platinum's good.
I don't much care for regular Bud Light or Budweiser.
I've never had Budweiser, but heavy. I've never had it.
Yeah, well, Bud Platinum has like no aftertaste.
And like tons of alcohol. It's like 10% alcohol.
Oh, jeez.
That's like a lot more alcoholic than most beer.
Yeah, well, my favorite wine is a 20%.
That wine kicked my ass too.
Oh, it
That was rough. It was good wine.
What did you just tasted it,
Yeah,
right?
that was like I had like a bottle, not a bottle, a glass of that, and was like,
Yeah. I didn't have it on the episode though.
no, you had it. You brought it over. Or you brought it at your house or something. I think I came over there to pick you up early, and you had
I
me.
thought it was when we went to the farmer's market and you said.
Is that where we had that?
Yeah, I thought so.
No, I thought I had it at your house.
Um,
Maybe we just had a drink of it.
Yeah, I mean it's
It's
really
quite
strong
alcoholic.
wine. It's I will plug them. It's Glacial Till Vineyard. They're a local vineyard in what is that called? Ashland, Nebraska. There is a farmer's market that they have.
Which might as well be a Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm just saying.
It's not that far out.
It's pretty far out.
It's probably about halfway between Lincoln and Omaha. But they do come out to the local farmers market at Exarban and downtown. I know if
Will's
you're not
messaging
from
us on the
Omaha-
Facebook page.
Oh, what did he say?
He said he will not start for the Cowboys. Romo would not be won't be traded to Pittsburgh. Ben's not going to retire. His butt was hurt because that team laid a big shit on the field. Well, all true. I say Romo starts for the Cowboys if he's on the Cowboys team next year,
Yeah.
but not the whole year. I say
It'll definitely be interesting.
I say they lose 3 games in a row
With Romo?
with Romo, and they sit him. If they lose 3 in a row, they sit him.
Well, most of my friends are actually Denver Broncos fans, so as long as we win that game, I will be happy.
Unless Romo plays for the Broncos.
I would not.
I feel like the Cowboys lose if they play against a Romo-led any team.
Well, yeah, I mean, he knows the Cowboys.
And he has something to prove, like, hey, you shouldn't have traded me. Kind of like how DeMarcus Ware trounced Romo when the Broncos played against the Cowboys,
Yeah.
and then went on to win a Super Bowl.
But that didn't happen with that Eagles running back.
Yeah, but the Eagles running back. Well, the first game
He
it
was
didn't.
phenomenal
To be
on
fair,
the Cowboys
so
with our offensive
Murray
line.
played against us. The first game got a negative some yards, but the second game he had his first 100-yard game of the year.
Yeah.
So, but
So if you take the average of that, then
he got 50 yards a
40
game out of the,
Well,
less than that,
50.
yeah.
So yeah, no.
Now last year
48.
he was the second best running back in the league. He's not a bad running back.
He was really second.
He was number 2 behind Zeke. Or no,
So-
number 3. I take that back.
Yeah,
Number 2
'cause
was the
number-
Kansas City guy,
Well,
Johnson or whatever.
David Johnson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was number 2.
On fantasy football, I
Fantasy
use the
points, because
ESP.
I'm not counting. I'm not talking about how many scores they made.
Okay.
I'm talking about yards, total
Okay.
yards. Zeke had the most yards because he didn't have the most touchdowns.
Yeah.
Johnson had more touchdowns, I think, actually.
So, well, all I know is on the fantasy football app, the ESPN one, we did the plain rules, and I had David Johnson. I'm probably getting the name jacked up. I'm sorry. But I had him, and he was the number 1 running
Yeah,
back.
he had the most touchdowns.
So he was awesome. I
Yeah,
had
you could have like a total of 50 yards.
I had him and Aaron Rodgers, and then
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers played like garbage.
until he went on his 8-game winning streak.
I know, shut up. Aaron Rodgers played like garbage. I did not
I
get a
just
single
spilled.
Cowboys player. I picked up Dak Prescott because I knew he was the back. I Googled to find out who the backup was when Romo got injured, and I was like, haha, I got a Cowboys player on my bench. Stinking Aaron Rodgers played like garbage for 3 games, and Dak Prescott outscored him all 3 games. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to go on ahead and put in Dak Prescott. And then Dak Prescott, the first game that I had Dak Prescott in, Aaron Rodgers got like 30-plus points. And I was pissed. And I was like, I'm not pulling the same Eli Manning,
Yep.
Matt Ryan crap
Yep.
as last year. Who wants Aaron Rodgers right now? And I flat out traded Aaron Rodgers, and then he went on his stupid 8-game win.
Biggest fantasy mistake of the year goes to Nathan.
I
So
would
I
drink to that.
rode in one of my leagues. I got a 5th pick, so I picked Zeke, and everybody in the chat room was like, nobody really knows how good the kid's gonna do. Blah blah. So I don't care. Pick Zeke. Then
Yeah.
after the whole thing was done, I picked up Dak Prescott the next day because I knew who he was, and I knew somebody picked up Romo thinking, oh, he'll be back in 8 weeks. Blah blah blah. And I was like, no, Prescott's good. He'll play for 8 weeks, so I'll have him and whoever else I got. I rode Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott the entire season, even the bye week. I just left them on there. I only lost the bye week.
So to like even more tarnish my fantasy football this last year, I forgot about the playoffs.
You were in the playoffs?
I didn't make any adjustments.
I didn't. In one of my leagues, I didn't even make the
thought it
playoffs.
was-
So
I thought it was done, so I just didn't do anything else, and I didn't even want to look to see what happened at
so
that
we
point.
should do like a Nebraska Booze and Babel fantasy football next year.
I would be down for
That would be cool. Just a free one. We don't make anybody pay anything.
Yeah.
We'll just do a free one, and do like a 10-person league.
Well, I mean, we'd have to get the people to do it.
Right. We get some
But
people to do it. But
if you guys are in,
if
our
you guys
fans
are in,
interested,
if you guys are in, I will play a 3rd or 4th league because I usually play 2 or 3. But yeah, I would be in on that.
Yep. You guys are not allowed to pick up Cowboys players.
We would have to come up with something. We could do a different kind of league, like where Chris gets the first 5 picks in a row.
No.
No?
No.
That was worth a shot.
It's like, wait a minute. What about, so like you'd always get screwed on your bye week, but what about a league where you had to pick a team and like only play all players from that team the entire year?
I don't know how that would work, because, like, what if you got stuck with, like, the Browns?
You wouldn't. There's 32 teams in the league.
Yeah, but there's only, like, 3 really good ones. Per
Cowboys,
side.
Cowboys, Patriots, Packers are good.
Falcons are good.
Steelers were good. The Raiders did well until their car broke down.
I haven't heard that one yet, but that was
Really?
good. That was good. So before the season started, my uncle actually told me you should pick up Brandon Carr because the Raiders always play from behind and they'll need him to pass. And no shit, the guy played so well until he broke the same bone I did. And we both lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We might as well be twins, I tell you.
So we were really, really bad about topics this week. Which,
What was in our
funnily
topics?
enough, we filled up almost the entire
Yeah, we
show.
did. Let's talk about our topic.
This is our one topic of the week, and it was posted to me by a friend. He texted this last week, and he said, tomorrow on Nebraska Booze and Babel, and had that picture. So I had to leave it. It's the Trump shot. You have tequila for Mexico. Jägermeister is the wall separating Mexico and the U.S., and then Sambuca, Blue Caraco, and Grenadine for red, white, and blue. And because of the different densities of the alcohols, when you pour it in, that's how it's supposed to level out. So
If you pour it
knowing
right.
Trump, though, there'd have to be a much bigger Jägermeister than that, with real thick.
Well, you'd have to pay for it, too.
Well, can we buy a bottle of tequila that comes with the Jägermeister?
Well, no, because if you bought the bottle of tequila, then you have to pay a higher tariff tax, which then in turn pays for your Jaeger. Because that's how you pay for the wall, right? I mean, I'm not getting this wrong.
I don't know. Oh, wait. Why does it say made in England at the bottom? I didn't notice that.
I don't know,
until
because I
now.
think somebody's being funny. I don't know. I don't know why it says made in England. I know it was the first thing I noticed, actually. I was like, why is it in England? I don't get it.
Yeah, I never did actually notice that. Did we actually talk about the handshake teacher thing last
Yeah, we
week?
did.
Okay, I saw that, and I don't remember if we actually covered that or not. But
We did talk about it. Look, so let's talk about family members on Facebook real quick. How many family members you got on your Facebook?
like half of my friends list,
Yeah.
and my friends list is only 100.
I just want to point out to all the people giving me a hard time. I posted the other day and I was like, somebody unteach Mama how to share stuff. So I want to throw out just a real quick reasoning behind that. I just clicked on my notifications, and this is not staged or made up. It was just read a second ago. You could go back to the video and watch. I clicked on my notifications, and I'd like you to just tell me, of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10 updates you could see there. One of them
Is from Nebraska.
is Nebraska
Booze and
Booze and Babel. The rest of them are my grandma sharing stuff.
So this is actually kind of interesting. I'm going to go to my notifications and see what they are. I have got 2 friend ones, 2 from Nebraska Booze and Babel, and then 3 in a row that are somebody commenting or liking on Nebraska Booze and Babel. So mine's a little bit more Nebraska Booze and Babel oriented. But,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, if we go back, if we discount Mamaw, which I would never do because I love my Mamaw. We have Nebraska Booze and Babel, then her again, then Nebraska Booze and Babel,
Scheduled
NBNB,
posts.
NBNB, comments, then her again.
You should
then-
have 2 from me today.
Oh, we're not even close to like today. This
Well,
is
like
look,
within
like,
the
this
past
is
couple
just-
hours.
live now. Like that was when we went live, so that was just till from 8:30.
Yeah.
Most
Oh,
of them,
jeez.
those are commenting.
Yeah,
Well,
you get way more
oh,
notifications.
wait a minute. That
than
was
I
just
do.
now. That just happened.
Oh, that's
Oh, I better.
that's an
fucking-
epic video.
I gotta pause. I gotta clear the video, the audio, so we don't get screwed.
Yeah.
I just
That is an epic video.
just
if
soak
you
in
guys
the
go
epicness
look.
of this video.
It's
I mean,
it's a fan made Darth Maul video, which since they did the Rogue One, which was like pre Episode 4, if they did a pre Episode 1 movie,
this could
it
be a
would
legit fight
feature heavily Darth Maul.
because he hunted down all the Jedi.
Yep. Darth Maul's all like, "Cash me outside. How about that?"
And with that disgusting comment, how does Jeremy Clarkson always say it? With that
And on that terrible disappointment.
on that terrible disappointment. We should end every show like that. On that terrible disappointment.
I don't want to copy what they do.
I would copy everything that Jeremy Clarkson does, so I could be that successful.
True. Like I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like
In other words, y'all should be watching GT, the Grand Tour. Just
Yes.
saying.
Watch old Top Gear episodes. Stop once they leave, and then watch the Grand Tour.
I got on the page, the website where you get the tickets for those. I will let you know if I get invited because I put in for 5.
For 5.
Yeah, because that was the maximum you could do. I'm just gonna charge my car friends money. Like, you
Oh.
want me to give you one of these 5? Pony up, homies. Actually, if you sell them on eBay or whatever, you get banned.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be a free showing, so you go, man, that fight's so good.
Yes.
When the dude goes dual lightsabers, it's just like, oh.
It's a,
Tomorrow
and
I'm gonna-
he wasn't even using the double until now. But
I'm gonna order me a Jedi outfit. I'm gonna cosplay a Jedi
for what?
for the cons I go to.
Oh, the next con you
Yeah,
go
I'm
to?
going to a con in April.
I have never been to a con.
Well, you can come with me to Nebraska or to Kansas City Comic Con.
I definitely want to go to one at some point.
It's super fun.
Have you ever been to? Would your uncle be at the Kansas City one?
No, unfortunately, it's
Does he only go?
too hard for him to get out of town.
Oh, okay.
So he goes to 2 or 3 of them there in
San Diego?
In San Diego. Well, no, he went to San Diego for like 20 years straight, but now it's so big and busy that he doesn't make money going.
Yeah.
But he does the Silicon Valley Comic Con, which is like a tech con and a Comic Con put together by Steve Wozniak.
Oh,
Pretty sweet. This year, the entire cast of Star Trek: The Next Generation will be there.
nice.
You-
You're going to that one.
Yeah.
aren't you?
Oh, well, I already bought the plane tickets. I already have the tickets.
Yeah.
I'll be working my uncle's booth, selling whatever he wants me to sell. And yeah, I'm going. And then the Fanime is another one he does there that's at the same convention hall. That's more towards anime stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely have to make one at some point. Just haven't really been.
Planet Comic Con
So,
this year
yeah.
down in Kansas City has some Arrowverse people going.
See, my thing with them though is that from what I've heard, the things that you really want to go do, you're standing in line a lot.
Depends on what you want to go do. If you want to go to like the panels, like where the famous people are talking about, oh, this is how we make comic books or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Those you wait in line to get in the room, but it's like a 2-hour event. Like they talk.
Yeah.
If you want to meet the famous people, you have to pay to meet them first of all,
Yeah.
and then you have to wait in line to go see them.
Yeah.
I don't go do that stuff.
See, I'd more like to go just to kind of walk around and be able to see
Yes,
everything.
I went.
And then,
I waited
like-
in line to meet. I can't think of his name now. Dude that plays Zandu in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, the blue guy with the whistle. He's also in
Yeah. Walking. Down.
Walking Dead and stuff.
Yeah.
I waited in line to meet him because Alex really liked Guardians of the Galaxy that just came out, and he didn't get to go with me, so I went to get his signature. I was the
Yeah.
last one in line, and he was really cool about like, oh man, I wanted to make sure I got to everybody in line. What picture you want me to sign? I was like, well, my son's gonna want Guardian of the Galaxies, but since I'm in line, I'd like to get this one from Slither. He was in Slither,
Yeah.
and he was like, nobody knows I was in that movie. So I love that movie, dude. So oh man. Tell you what, let's take some selfies. This is going on my Facebook. He put his jacket on, and he just took some selfies with me. It was just cool. Like, it was just a cool
Yeah.
dude. And that's the kind of famous people I like to meet. Like,
So,
down-to-earth, cool dudes.
The only famous person that I've met, and I know you're not a big wrestling fan, but we went to the car show that they have, World of Wheels.
Yep.
And last year they had Big Show
Uh-huh.
from WWE doing the signing, And my nephew's birthdays are in like February, March. So we were like, that would be an awesome birthday present for them because they're super wrestling fans. Well, we got there and the line was super stupid long. So I told Elena, I was like, I'm going to get in line now, and then you can just walk around and then come back and meet me. But I was like, I need to save my spot. So got in line, and literally right after I got in line, they came by behind me with the sign that said, from this point
No more?
on, we can't guarantee. They said, you can line up, but we can't guarantee because they're only paid through a certain point. So I felt bad because it was like, I was the last person, and all these people were just glaring at the back of my head. When we got up to the part where you start going through, like, the things, they blocked them at that point. So, like, I was the last one that got through. The Big Show was super, super nice, signed our stuff, and took the pictures and all that kind of stuff. And then he was sitting there at the table, he was like, are all those people over there here to see Big Show? And they were like, yeah. And he was like, let him in.
That's cool.
Big Show.
That's cool.
And then he, like, literally let them in, and he had to have been there another 45 minutes.
That's cool,
like,
though. I mean, that's what they should do. Like, people went there for him.
Plus people
that's
still
cool.
waiting in line.
I actually got to meet a lot of famous people at these Comic Cons, because, like, if you start reading, like, I'll send you out with a couple of the comic books, like All-Star Batman's one I'll send you home with.
Yeah.
Scott Snyder writes that.
Yeah.
And he's famous for all kinds of Batman stuff, Superman Unchained, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
He gets a little booth at Planet Comic Con almost every year. And you just walk right up to him. Like, we waited in line to get him to sign stuff.
Yeah.
But he's selling his books and stuff. And you just walk. I have a book right out here, the Joker's Family Ties or whatever, that I was like, oh, if he's here, I'm having him sign a book. So I went and bought it. Went over there. He's like, yeah, man. And I told him, I was like, I'm sign it to Alex. I'm going to give this to my kid. And he's like, you shouldn't let your kid read this book. I was like, why? He's like, yeah, I mean, you should read it because it's awesome. And I wrote it. But you should wait till your kid's old, like at least 16 to read this book. And I was like, oh, I understand. I wasn't going to let him read it. I just thought it'd be cool to buy something cool that you could sign. And he's like, okay, I just wanted to make sure because I have little kids and I wouldn't let them read this. Because it's like, it's hardcore Batman. Like, he writes awesome Batman stuff. But I met the guy that turned Thor into a girl.
Yeah.
He's been writing Thor for like 20 years, so it's not like some crazy thing he did. But that guy lives in Kansas City. And he writes all the Thor comics. And so he was down there, and I got to go down there, and I had him sign all the ones that my uncle gave to my daughter. Yeah. And my uncle did his own full art cover to Thor #1 with a girl. Oh, and this guy was like, dude, I can't sign this. It's too freaking awesome. I was like, yeah, but just right on the top, it'd be pretty cool. He's like, oh, man, I don't know, man. This is some amazing art. And I was like, just right there on the top. He's like, all right, fine. And he wrote on there. It was pretty cool because he signed the whole first run of the books that we've got.
Yeah.
So you get to meet people like that, which is pretty cool if you're into those comic books.
Yeah.
Which you will be by the time you're done with the ones I'm sending you home with.
Okay.
But,
well,
on that terrible awesomeness.
On that comic book, whatever. Do you have more Bud Light left?
I do have some Bud Light left.
Okay.
So we'll send you guys out with this
Vivisectors, who are coming out with the new album.
Oh, snap!
Next month.
So here's a taste of the Vivisectors.
Yep.